Draft day. Before I get onto that, though, I don't know why it's cut off here, the settings thing. I've done everything I could, and I don't understand why, but yeah. Again, time to start the draft, but one thing, OSA mock draft, we looked at this last time, but at 10 they have us getting Cam Collier, which I would be very happy with, and surprised, honestly, if Collier did fall. We'll look at the first few picks. Baltimore, they go with Termaine, Termar. I almost went Termaine, but yeah. Termar Johnson, so not a surprise there. He's a beast at 18. Hayden Mullins, man. He looks good. Wow. And he's pretty much ready to go right now, too. Second pick, Drew Jones. Third pick, Gavin Turley. Fourth pick, Elijah Green. Nicholas Perez, Chase DeLautner, Cole Young, Dylan Lasco, and our pick is next, Cade Diana. Okay, so we're in an interesting position. So, Hayden Mullins, who looks like a monster, right, out of Auburn. And, I mean, there is Tommy Gertner, but he's 23. Cam Collier, who could be, I mean, he might be the best third baseman in the class. Probably is the best third baseman in the class. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the class. I know the Caden Colliers, I know the Tamar Johnsons, Elijah Greens, right? So I know some of the top guys, but not too much overall. I mean, you look, we have Ryan McMahon, right? That's really it. So we definitely could use a third baseman within the next few years. But wow, it's interesting. It is $6.5 million. Can I check what the slot is? Recommended slot is 7.13, so it would actually be a discount. He's a neutral guy, 21, so he could probably be up next season. I gotta take Hayden Mullins. Yeah, man. I'm gonna take Hayden Mullins. Bonus demand, it says recommended slot, but his demand is 6.5 million, so we're just gonna go with the 6.5 million meet demand. And off to the second round now. Guess what? I forgot to film the second pick that we had in the first round. And this was actually the pick we got for Trevor Story, I believe, right? A compensation pick. And we went with Nate Wolgemuth. Wolgemuth, yeah. And he's a solid pitcher and hitter, actually. He can do both, which I thought was interesting. And a little tip for OOTP, if you go all players, batting potential, not just hitters, all players, you'll see guys like right here, Lyle Miller Green, right, who only has 30 potential, but hey, maybe he can hit, right? We'll go down power, or the contact, right? And yeah, right here, Luke Daniel. We went with Nate Wolgemuth, because he actually, like, he's as good of a hitter as anyone else is, and he can also pitch better than all of them, so why not, right? And he only wanted $700,000, so we saved a lot of money with the pick 2 with what the slot is. So yeah, on to the second round now. We're going to follow up by taking Andrew Penny Pintar. He can hit the ball very well, but not much when it comes to defense. Very, very mediocre. But hey, maybe we could slot him in at second base and move Brendan Rodgers over to shortstop in the future. Our next pick and our actual second round pick, because I guess we had two comp picks, right? If I go to draft log, right, you can see we had the first comp pick and the 8th. So I mean, I'll take it. Our actual second round pick is going to be Brandon Birdsell, who I think is pretty interesting. Wish he had a bit more stamina, but he's got what look to be 3+ pitches, maybe a fourth of it develops. Just hope that stuff gets up, but other than that, I'm cool with him. It was between him and Kumar Rocker, and I understand basic knowledge says take Kumar Rocker, and I'd agree with that, but in here his control really scares me. 40 control is not good for a starter. He's got high on greed, right? And that's not the biggest deal, but the big thing is that he wants $7.5 million. We only have $8.2 million remaining in our draft capital. So yeah, high grade 2 for Birdsell, so really can't talk. But yeah, just don't have that money. So instead, we'll give $550,000 to Brandon Birdsell in the second round. I think I'll show 5 rounds of picks on here and then do the rest on my own, and then we'll move forward. Next pick is going to be 18-year-old Luke Hill. Looks pretty good. He can hit. Has good discipline. Fine defender. Good leader. Good adaptability. Don't like the work ethic, so that could hurt development. But yeah, he's an interesting guy, and we'll meet his demand. Gavin Goudry is going to be our next pick. So a lot of infielders, a lot of middle infielders, but Goudry, he can play second, third, and short. He's fine defensively. A whole bunch of weird stuff there, but I'm banking on that. He has a fine bat, fine defensively, only 18, 360,000, and then I'm just going to go straight to the next pick because I know who I want. Yep, at the 5th round, might as well just take Tommy Gertner. I know he's 23 years old, 40 overall though. Throws really slow, but he's high intelligence, low greed, don't love the adaptability or work ethic. But yeah, I don't see what's wrong taking him here. He's probably the best player available. So yeah, we're going to go with him. And Brandon Taylor, he's interesting too. The issue is that he's a fly ball pitcher, which is why I'm not going to take him. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest of the draft, the next 15 rounds, and then I'll come back and we'll touch base. I decided to go to the All-Star break instead of the end of the draft because I've already talked about where the team was from there. We're 41 and 51. Now, the reason I'm in settings is because you can see I force all teams to be represented in the All-Star game. Now, I'm going to quickly scroll down, and you can see we have nobody in the game, and I don't know why that is. I know the team's struggling, but I know it was this bad. Our thing is COL. That's our abbreviation for Colorado. So, yeah, nothing, but yeah, I'll show you the prospect game rosters first. We'll just kind of quickly go through so you can see if there's any of your favorite prospects. Cool that Logan Ohape made it for the Phillies. I like him. Zach Veen made it for us, and yeah, he's just dominating AA right now. We're probably gonna have to get him up to AAA soon. He's pretty much ready to go. He might be up in September or even after the deadline with how he's playing right now. And then the AL, they're gonna have Garrett Cole start the game. If they have a star, that means they're starting. Over Shane Bieber, which personally I disagree with, or even Frankie Montas. Jesus Christ. I like Frankie Montas. If you watch the first or the second episode of my A's series, you'll see that. I don't know if that series will continue. It all depends on my schedule. These are a lot easier to make, right? But yeah, no representation for us. So that's disappointing. We're gonna go to the trade deadline. Finish out through there at the deadline, and then probably next episode will be the end of the season. You see our top performer right now is Chris Bryant. He's played really well. Sadly, he's only going to play a few games, but yeah, Randall Grichuk has played really solid this season. I don't know why he didn't make it. It's weird. I don't understand it. I'll be back at the trade deadline. I've been testing around with settings, and I'm actually going to have trading like this for now, because I found that getting good trades that are realistic are pretty difficult. So look, I'm going to show you right here, Randall Grichuk. I don't know why he's not starting, but look, this is what we're at right now. So you got kind of guys that make sense, bigger salary guys like Didi Gregorius, a swap for older, bigger salary guys, and then some low-level prospect like Nick Maton, right? Or a backup like Ronnie Torreyes or Yadiel Hernandez. But let's go back to the game, right? We'll go AI settings, hard, favor prospects fully, and then we'll shop Grichuk again. I'm fine simulating a day and losing my shops. So I do this, it's loading, fielding offers, then it'll generate the photos. So the only one is Scott Kingery, right? And then Sean Doolittle, Will Harris, Josh Tomlin. So what it does is it gives you more options and not just, not great players. So yeah, I think it's just a bit more realistic. So I'm going to go with what I had here, where I just went down one for both. Simulate today, but just wanted to show you that testing and the change of the setting. The first real trade, or actually the first, trade that we will be making in this series is going to happen, where we are going to send Jose Iglesias, Evan Shawver, who's a nothing prospect. Sam Weatherly, who's a guy that's an extreme fly ball, so we're never going to be able to use him. And Jaden Hill, who I don't think is going to develop his control. He hasn't played at all this season because of a torn UCL that got Tommy John surgery. And yeah, I mean, I don't really see it. He may be a reliever. I don't see him as a starter here because of that control. For Sean Semple, who is a solid pitcher already, multiple plus pitches, right? Eduardo Cabrera, who's not going to be a great player, but he's fine. He's okay with the bat. Jake Agnos, who is a fly ball pitcher, but he's not bad. He's not great. Hayden Wesneski, who I actually really like. He's got solid stuff, fine movement, solid control. He's got 4 plus pitches and an almost 5th plus pitch. He'll be back in a week from a sprained ankle. And Blas Castano, who again, he's a fine pitcher. If he can develop that stuff, he's only 23. We could do something there. They obviously need a shortstop. Their best shortstop right now is Anthony Volpe, which is who they are starting. So they're going to take Iglesias off our hands, who's a expiring deal. We're going to make the deal. So finally, the first big trade of our series is done now. The trade deadline has come and gone. It's Monday, August 1st. We're 43-60. Look around the league. It was a pretty boring trade deadline. Ken Giles, the biggest name, moved. The Phillies have really blown up their team as they've struggled this year. They traded Jerez Familia, Brad Hand, Andrew Painter. They got a no-name catcher from Oakland, and they also traded this M. Hernandez. I don't even know who he is. Or no, we received this M. Hernandez for Dylan Betances and someone else. I didn't even know we had Dylan Betances. That must have been a move earlier in the season. I don't really care about it, though. We did make a move with the Phillies, not even knowing they'd made those trades. They're 46-56. We're 43-59. We traded Randall Grichuk and Mason Green, who's a fly ball pitcher. Nothing real special about him. For Daniel Brito, who's crushed AAA so far this year. As you can see, 33 games. He's been excellent. And he's slightly below average hitter, maybe right around average. I look at him as a potential backup infielder. He can play second, developing third, and developing short. Then we got Billy Sullivan, good stuff, good pitches, just needs to develop his control. He might be able to be a low-end reliever. But the most interesting guy we got was Nick Maton, who's going to be a backup infielder right now. He can do a bit of everything. And we have him up on the main roster, on the MLB roster as a backup infielder. We called up Michael Toglia after the deal was made. He becomes the starting first baseman. CJ Cron became the DH, moving Charlie Blackmon out to right field to make up for the loss of Randall Grichuk. If we look at the numbers right now, the only guy that stands out offensively, Chris Bryant. That's all you need to know. I guess Ryan Vlade, which is how I was told to say it from the comments, which, thank you. He's done fine for a rookie. And then, pitching-wise, Airman Marquez, another one I was told to say like that. He's done well. Anthony Santazella has done well, as has Austin Gomber, all in the FIP department, along with Robert Stevenson. Is it Stevenson or Stephenson? I think it's Stevenson, how you pronounce his. Where did he play before? Yeah, Cincinnati, that's it. I knew the name. I knew he pitched in the bigs. So yeah, he's done fine. Kyle May, I couldn't find a trade partner for him because his ERA is awful. Julian Fernandez, he hasn't been great. 4.88 ERA, 4.09 FIP. And he's been fine, I guess, a little. Yeah, that'll do it for the episode and the trade. Oh yeah, one more thing. Oh wow, I almost forgot this. Zach Veen. I might have caused a few people to click off there. Zach Veen. He's out for 3 weeks. I was going to call him up potentially after the trade deadline, but he got hurt on the day of the trade deadline, so I couldn't do it. So instead of calling him up to the bigs, I'm going to call him up to AAA when he's back from injury. He'll spend the rest of the season there. Actually, I can probably just do it right now. No, yeah, I have to wait till he comes off the IL, of course. And then he'll be up at the beginning of next season at 21. I'm very excited for Zach Veen. And yeah, I'm real excited for him to be on the roster. But that'll do it for the episode. Trade deadline's done. Next episode, we're going to finish the season, probably do the off season as well. I'm CJ Ambers or CJ Ambers 05. I don't really care what you call me. I'll see you next time.